Now, the introduction. The introduction, make sure you see page 429 for clarification. Make sure you start the introduction on a shiny brand new page. The introduction the purpose of the introduction is to help readers understand the context, the scope, and the organization of the proposal. So it is most definitely a preview, a snapshot of your entire proposed program, which is a huge section of your proposal. But very often, what you'll find is you want it to be that exact snapshot of the proposal because sometimes people only read the introduction, so you want to give them everything they need to know. The proposed program, which is that big chunk of your proposal, your grant proposal, is the detailed information, but this is the snapshot. So what do people absolutely need to know? You need to be interesting and compelling here. So basically what you need to know for the proposal or for the introduction, it needs to answer these 7 questions. What is the problem or opportunity? You need to lay it out clearly. You need to describe the problem or opportunity in specific monetary terms, mostly because the proposal is going to include a budget, and you want to convince your readers that spending money on what you propose is smart and good and the absolute thing to do. You know, make sure that you put this in monetary costs. Say that, you know, by doing this, the college will save this much money, or it will benefit this many students. That's what you really need to do. You need to make the purpose of the proposal very clear. The purpose, obviously, is to describe a solution to a problem or to approach an opportunity and propose activities that will have some kind of something that is delivered, something that's good and beneficial to Green River. So what is that purpose? What is the solution? Be specific in explaining what you want to do here. What is the background of the problem or the opportunity? This is a brief background, although you're not going to be telling, you know, people probably things they don't already know. You want to show them that you understand the problem and the opportunity, that you're very clear in the history. Sometimes being very clear in that history gives you a very solid authority. You know what's going on. You're educated in this. So you know what you're talking about. And you know the circumstances that led to this problem, this opportunity. You understand the relationship and events surrounding it. So you need to make that very clear. You also need to make sure that it's clear what the sources of information are. If you're getting a lot of your information directly from facilities or directly from the library or directly from people involved, you need to make it clear what your sources of information are. This isn't just hearsay. You're not just making this up. You went out, you did primary research, and you know your sources of information are solid. They're strong. This is who they are. This is where I got this information from. You want to make clear what the scope of the proposal is. You indicate not only what you are proposing to do, but what you are not proposing to do. So if you have a project that down the line is going to involve maintenance on something, are you including the long-term maintenance in this, or is that something separate? What is the scope of this? What is involved, and more importantly, what is not involved? What is the organizational pattern of this proposal? How are you organizing this? So in this, I've laid out a pattern down here, but you're going to talk about how there's a task schedule. There's justification for this thing you're talking about. All of the parts of the plan of action and justification of tasks, you need to explain what the different parts are. You need to talk about scope and sustainability and a problem analysis. These are the parts that you're going to have. You're going to talk about how you are going to go over qualifications and experience and a budget and all that good stuff. You need to make that clear, very generally clear, what the organization of the proposal is and what are the key terms that you're using in the proposal. If you're going to use any specialized or unusual terms, make sure you define them here. You know, if you're using some specialized acronyms or things like that. So that's what you need to include in the introduction.